Rayman Legends 100% walkthrough. This will be for Olympus Maximus, and I was actually wrong in the previous video when I said it was one of the last levels. This one is one of the last levels that is not related to the boss or the music levels. So this one is Hell Breaks Loose, and it's actually pretty fun. It's got a lot of action in it. There's a lot of dragons, and that's probably what's gonna make it interesting. There's also a whole heck of a lot of these wall running scenes, and in a way that probably is what makes this level challenging, just because you're going to be doing a whoops, try not to get hit there. Anyway, you're probably going to be doing a whole lot of wall running with a lot of timing, and if you don't time it correctly, you will die. So be sure to get the first royalty teensy that is up here. And this one is actually pretty interesting as far as tilting the square goes. So it's similar to one of the earlier royalty teensies in one of the previous levels. You just have to use the butterfly guy that you get to work your way around this square, and of course remember you can wall run. That part, my first time I did this, I was stuck. I was sitting there like, how am I supposed to get up on top? And I was like, oh right, I can wall run. That's what that little ramp there is for. And then of course be sure to stay under that weird red hot crescent, and you'll be able to get the teensy. So as you continue on, you will run into this guy, who is, for some reason, always oiling his contraption that he uses to fly with. And I think, I looked up the story when I was done playing this game, and I think there's actually four, like those four guys are completely separate because they split up from the Magic Teensy in Origins or something. I don't know. So I guess he's not always oiling because he's different every time, which means he's only oiled it once, but I don't know. I mean, that whole thing I just said probably doesn't make any sense, and I'm just gonna continue and pretend it didn't happen. So right here is the part where the dragons are chasing you, and this is where a lot of the timing comes in, and is also where you need to learn when to move things out of your way, when to cut the ropes, when to move the platforms. There are, thankfully, a couple of checkpoints here and there. Like right here's a checkpoint. Every time you see a transition or a jump, that probably means that's a checkpoint. And this part's a little bit hard because you have to cut the rope and then jump to the other one, and then cut the rope and then jump off of it. And obviously if you keep running, you will hit the spikes down at the bottom. Also be sure to avoid any and all of the saws that are in different places, and that platform right there is definitely the hardest to do. But once you get onto that mushroom and you get pushed here, this is where you get to destroy all of the dragons with the different streams of lava that jet out from the magma on the ground. And once you get the final dragon dead, this platform will move down and you will almost be done with the level. You still have to chase this guy a little bit. There's a golden coin down here you'll want to get, just in case you need extra lums. I think you only need 300 for this level to get the golden trophy. And then of course you will want to get the final royalty teensy, which is down here below that saw. Now for this one, just move all the drums down, ground pound on this drum. It's a little bit tricky, but if you do ground pound on it, then you jump up and then ground pound on the ones to the right, you will be able to get the teensy. The only matter is not missing your ground pounds, and that's probably one of the harder things I found in this game, was thinking, oh yeah, I can ground pound, and no, you miss it by an inch and you fall to your death. But, you know, no big deal. Once you get him though, just jump up here. Make sure that saw isn't down. Sometimes it goes down on its own for no apparent reason, and that will be the end of the level.